What's going on, people? It's Snails, and welcome to Nerds of the Round Table, where we talk about Marvel, and more Marvel. And I am here with King Tut.
Yo, this shit is. Ooh! That's all I gotta say. That's it.
And your boy Hades.
Yo, you know what it is. Hades, you hate me. We back at it again with the big one.
Flopping on your forehead. This is going crazy.
But make sure y'all follow us at more Marvel on IG and TikTok. And today we are going to talk about Werewolf by Night. Before we talk about it, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell, because you know we be uploading. Now, Werewolf by Night. This was dope. I loved it. What do y'all think?
I loved it. It was
Amazing.
it was amazing. You don't really get to see gore. Well, it's kind of hard to say gore, seeing it wasn't black and white, but you don't really get to see that level of action in Marvel. You know, so it was something. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was. I knew once I had heard about it, I didn't know that they were gonna go so dark with it. I am over the top happy about it. It turned out amazing. Having it in black and white, for me, as somebody who loves movies, is one of how well they did it is one of the most beautiful things I've seen them do since fucking Infinity War.
Man, so unique too, man. The whole vibe so unique, and the person who directed it is also a composer, so you could really feel that throughout too, because it was like,
Oh yeah.
man, I don't know, the music was on point. The just went with the aesthetic, which was super cool. And if you notice, it changed from color in the beginning to black and white, back to color at the end, which was kind of dope too. Kind of reminded me of Wizard of Oz. You know what I mean? Because didn't Wizard of Oz start out in black and white and then go to color and then end in black and white? So they did like the opposite. That's dope.
Yeah, it's a really good way to show time differentiate and not seriousness, but like more tone of situation based on, background color.
For real. And it was a lot more violent, like you were saying, because of that. Because like, as long as blood isn't
smart.
red, you know what I mean? As long as like I was saying before, the orcs in Rings of Power, their blood is black, so they can go hard.
When I heard that they changed it from comedy to horror,
Yes.
I was like, "What? What does that mean?" And then I was like, "Oh, black and white blood? Oh, we get the Hershey's chocolate sauce in the bathtub. Oh, let's go!" Yeah, that was amazing. I loved it.
So like, they're all gathering for the night in memorial of Ulysses Bloodstone, but also to compete in a competition where they kill a monster for the Bloodstone that's attached to the monster's hide. That monster just so happens to be our new favorite character, Man-Thing. But before we get to Man-Thing, Ulysses
AKA Ted.
in the comics was a caveman that lived for 10,000 years. I just want everybody to let that sink in for a second, because it's absolutely ridiculous. And then in the MCU, it looks like he's from a line of monster hunters, Elsa being the most current of that line. What do y'all think Elsa was so pissed off about when it came to this man? I got some theories, but do y'all have theories?
I want to hear what you got to say. Go ahead.
Well, like, I think that, like, maybe Ulysses was a hardcore monster hunter, right? And he was, like one of the people that just kills every monster. But Elsa, maybe, like, Elsa back in the day had, like, some sort of friend or some sort of acquaintance or something like that. And she, like, was like, oh, not all of them are bad. but her dad killed one anyways that she liked or something like that. And maybe like her mom was some sort of monster too, because like where's her mom at? And maybe that's
True.
why there's such a bitter hate towards Pops. Either one of those two. I don't know, bro.
See, and I was thinking it might have something to do with the monsters that were kind of the severed heads hanging up in the room.
Yeah.
That they were all sitting in. Because she seemed extremely uncomfortable sitting in that room compared to how she reacted throughout the rest of the movie in life-threatening situations. And I feel like she knows some backstory behind them and what this Bloodstone book does. I don't think she necessarily wants it. I think she wants to destroy it.
I could see that. I could also see now she maybe thinks that she is finally in a position where she could do something to help and not just kill everything or get revenge on whatever happened to maybe her mom or I don't know. Maybe something like that happened in some capacity. Without the blood gem or the bloodstone, her natural powers, she inherits a natural power of the immunity to vampires from her dad. An expert markswoman and hand-to-hand combatant. Powers from the stone include strength, speed, durability, healing factor, and energy blast, and other things that a monster hunter would need to use when fighting monsters. Basically, that stone is targeted towards monsters. Man Thing. Let's get back to Man Thing. Theodore Ted Salas,
AKA Ted.
AKA Ted. This is the new Groot. Groot is the new Ted, or the old Ted. And Ted is the new Groot. I like how oh no, in this show it was so quick and straight to the point that it was you can tell they're friends straight off the bat. And I kind of I was piecing it together while I was watching. I was I feel like the Man Thing is who they're going to be hunting. And I feel like he's there not knowing. I didn't think that they were connected. But I was I feel that. And I like how they built on that. And Werewolf is like Rocket, right? Werewolf can understand him and nobody else can. So it's very Rocket Groot relationship. Powers. So he was a former scientist, Dr. Theodore Ted Salas, and he was the closest to replicating the super soldier serum. When AIM found out that he had it, and AIM was hunting him down, he had to get rid of the SO2 serum, or the serum that he was working on, and so he injected himself with it. While at the same time, he was on a plane, while at the same time falling into a mystical swamp, which gave him the powers of the Man Thing. Now, the mystical swamp is the nexus of the realities, which is a gateway to the multiverse. And Man Thing protects the gateway to the multiverse. Anybody who comes into his vicinity or into his area, he gonna attack. And when he attack, they afraid. And when they're afraid, they get burned, which is why these people are getting burned in the show. Because they're afraid. His powers are to control plant life. He has acidic secretion. Burns those who fear him, like I just stated. Reality displacement. Dimension travel. And regeneration. He can also change his size. And all that good stuff. So, that's the Man Thing. Werewolf. Well, first of all, his name's Jack Russell. His grandfather fought Dracula and got bit by a werewolf that Dracula had. And then his bloodline became cursed with this. And now he's got an eternal werewolf bloodline from his grandfather down. So when he was 18, he had nobody there because all his people died and passed away and weren't able to tell him that, hey, bro, you about to turn into a werewolf when you're 18. It's about to be crazy. And he turned when he was 18, somehow figured it out, and decided he was going to become a good type of werewolf where he kills things that hunt in the night. kind of like Moon Knight. Also, Werewolf by Night was where Moon Knight first appeared in the comic books, so there's that connection. Werewolf, that design though. What did y'all? Where did Trey go? You still there?
No idea, but the design on the werewolf.
Yeah. What about the design, Ronnie? What do you think
Man, I loved it. It was very old school, man. Very classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very classic horror, you know, and
Straight
I'm
up,
glad
it's
they
actually
didn't go toward like I'm glad they didn't do overboard. Like, yeah, I really loved the werewolves and lichens in the Underworld series.
Cool.
but
Yeah, definitely.
that's kind of what
Yeah.
I had envisioned for what he was going to turn into. But what they
Yeah.
did was, man, they blew it out the park.
It was so much better. And I feel like the design allowed him to move really cool ways.
Yeah, I agree.
They didn't use hyper CGI or, fake breastplates or arms or anything. They just put glue, hair, and makeup on them.
Yeah, and that's what made it so classic to me.
And yeah, it was beautiful. I loved it. And added to that black and white aspect, even though this movie takes place after Thor Ragnarok, and black and white movies represent old. I don't like thinking that I'm old, even though I know I'm old. But this movie did it for me. It's really put my age into perspective.
I think I can't wait to see now it makes us, I don't know about you, but it makes me excited to see what he's gonna look like with color. Like, how is that gonna change? I mean,
Well, we get the
obviously
brief
it's gonna
moment.
drastically change his appearance, but like, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool to see that.
I think he might even upgrade.
I feel like
Like,
each time we see him, he's gonna become a little more, because they do that with
Yeah.
everybody. Like, they gotta sell toys, so it's like,
yeah,
bro, we gotta
exactly.
upgrade the look.
Like right now, he doesn't really have a nose protruding from his face, and like his jaw isn't coming out like a werewolf. Down the line, we might see a full-on like Warwick situation going crazy.
Yeah, I definitely could see that, because I feel like they could just play with like the transformations or something. Like, I don't know, or maybe that's the one they're gonna stick with. But either way, it's gonna look dope, and it's gonna be really cool to see him alongside other people with all their different powers and how they all how all that shit's gonna work, because it's gonna be interesting. Like, this made me really excited about how interesting that's gonna be. I thought it was interesting how he had to speaking of interesting, had to smell someone before he turns so that he won't attack them. Now, does this mean he's gonna have to smell every single person on the squad before he has to turn? Otherwise, he's gonna attack everybody? Or what do y'all think?
I mean, I'm still thinking with my original thought, and that they're gonna invent something that they can put into their armor, their weapon, or sew into their costume. That's gonna leave a permanent scent every time that they go out with him, or spray themselves with something every time that they go out.
They're gonna figure it out, yeah. I feel that. What about you, Ronnie?
No, I agree, because at that point, yeah, you'd have to have some sort of scent, whether they go based off of cologne on some goofy shit because it's Marvel, or they do something along those lines. But yeah, I definitely agree. They'll probably end up doing some sort of, whether they do the certain smell on all the suits that the team he's on wears, or if they do like some sort of cologne. Me, I'm going with cologne because it's Marvel. It's got to be a little goofy,
I feel it. So at the beginning, we got like the whole backstory of who the Bloodstones are, all that good shit. But throughout, we see different depictions of things that he's encountered and the family has encountered. And some were hung up on the wall. And some of the shit was crazy. Like, in the drawings, there was a two-headed sea creature. That ugly looking thing that you first see in the book is a vampire. It's a Nosferatu. Like, that was a Nosferatu vampire. this right here was Sasquatch. I think it actually said on the drawing it was Sasquatch or Bigfoot. Motherfucker killed Bigfoot. And then we got a Wendigo. I saw up there a few times. A dragon and some sort of vampire bat thing. And I don't know what any of the other stuff was.
Okay, I'm talking about from way before then. Did you see when they're first talking about the lore of Ulysses Bloodstone? They're like on the tablets. You see the guy with like, he's like on the tablet, but he's got like a cloak on and he's being like stabbed by two people. So when he's walking down this hall right here, see on the left, doesn't have a cloak on.
Oh, this, bro, that looks like Gorr the Godbutcher. I can't lie.
It is.
Well, then what's up?
Exactly. How is that Gorr the Godbutcher? It doesn't. I wouldn't say that he's been slain, but his arm is fallen.
His arm's cut off,
and he's bleeding out his chest, and he is in pain.
Do you think
do
you think that's how they got the bloodstone? Like it was in that dude's chest?
I think this is how they got the bloodstone, and this is also how they're predicting Gorr's death, if it hasn't already happened.
Hi, what are you watching? Are you streaming something right now?
No, it's the picture I shared in general chat.
Oh, okay.
That's Gorr the Godbutcher on the left.
But Gorr didn't even die like that.
Exactly.
What creature looks like that? I don't know. That's weird. They do this weird stuff. It's like, let's put Gorr in Werewolf by Night. Just throw everybody off. What? That's crazy.
And on top of that, let's kill him.
Because I actually screenshotted that before. What'd you say, Roddy?
I said, and on top of that, let's kill him.
Oh, right. Werewolf by Night and Man-Thing are talking at the end of the whole movie. And they hint at Man-Thing's past and them together about how he's had to save them multiple times. I was thinking this might be where the connection to Thor Ragnarok is hinted at in this movie. What do y'all think? And what do you think the circumstances were as to why this man was in space? What? I think it has something to do with his connection to being the guardian of the Nexus of Realities, being able to essentially teleport to wherever. But what I don't understand is, well, maybe the inhibitor collar that they put on you in, not the inhibitor collar, but that taser thing that Thor had on him. Like, it kind of limits your powers, but it didn't really limit his. I don't know, bro. I feel like in the comics it would make sense, because in the comics, when they have that thing on, it limits their powers a great deal. But maybe that is why, because we saw in this that when he had the Bloodstone on him, he said his powers are weak, or Werewolf is saying his powers are weakened because he has the Bloodstone on him. So it could be that Man-Thing can't use his powers to teleport when he's got the Bloodstone on him.
I can see that. I think the thing with Thor was a little bit different. That was kind of just like an electrical.
Yeah, that's true.
That was like a nerve device.
He never got it off.
No, he was never able to take it off himself.
So,
which is weird because, yeah, I can see it.
Because if he somehow, let's say he somehow accidentally ended up, maybe it was like the first time he changed or something, right? He somehow ended up in Sakaar because he didn't know what the fuck he was supposed to be doing yet, which is protecting the multiverse. And he was like messing with his powers and somehow got there because there's all those wormholes, and then got the inhibitor chip put on him and couldn't get out without Werewolf's help. But how did Werewolf get there? They were already friends.
Did he say that he can teleport?
I'm just assuming. We've only seen a little bit of his power so far.
I was gonna say maybe he doesn't know how to yet.
Yeah, or he doesn't know how to. Yeah. Either way.
I mean, I don't know Man Thing's age or how he ages, but like he seemed to be acting pretty childish in my eyes. Not like full on childish, but like teenager maybe.
I think that might also be due to the fact that he lost a lot of his intelligence when he became Man-Thing.
Possibly, yes. But I mean, from the comics, I remember when Man-Thing got to like his final form or whatever and got infused with I can't even remember what the fuck it is anymore. He got injected with it was like the fucking Bane serum for Marvel. I can't remember what it was.
SO2 serum.
Yes. I just know that he went fucking ballistic and he was like Brainiac smart.
I thought it was kind of funny how after he burned the crap out of her stepmom, Elsa was like, "Oh, you're looking for Werewolf. Like, how did she know what he was talking about?" And he pointed her in the direction, and he just went about his business. She was chilling. It's kind of like foreshadowing the fact that she's gonna be a big player and has a lot of resources when it comes to fighting, hunting, and killing monsters. So like maybe in the future Doctor Strange is gonna go to the Bloodstone Manor and Midnight Suns, bro. Also, this is like a mini Midnight Suns. We got 3 of the characters that are gonna be in Midnight Suns in one movie. So it's like the formula is already formulating. We just need Ghost Rider, we need Punisher, we got Doctor Strange, we got Black Knight, and we got Blade. That's like a whole squad. Did you guys want this to be longer?
I wanted it to be longer, yeah, 100%. Like if you're gonna advertise something as a movie, it's got to be at least an hour. It's just my it's got not even an hour. It's got to be at least like an hour 20 minutes. I feel like that is very, very typical, because when I saw that 53 minutes, I was like, it's really like 40 something minutes because they're gonna hit us with a 10-minute goddamn credit, so.
Yep, every time.
Straight up.
So that's why I was a little disappointed to see 53 minutes. I was like, yeah, I needed it to be at least 30 more minutes would have been prime. Like,
what they should have done is added in like a few more hunters for them to kill off.
Yeah, just something.
Yeah, they should
simple
just
as
add
that.
just like one small mission at the end for them to just go off on, and then end the movie the same way.
But there was also this depiction of, like the moon cycle, the lunar cycles, and the 5 dudes. They had this picture in there of the lunar cycles and the 5 guys. And I feel like the dude in the middle is Ulysses, but like everybody else around him are like different hunters from different regions. And I think there was only 5 of the. Were there 5? There were 6 hunters, I guess, because there was the black dude, the Asian dude, the old dude, the tall chick, then Jack, then Elsa.
Yeah. 6.
But yeah, I don't know why there's 6, but I feel like those represent maybe the Bloodstone represents the person with the Bloodstone, and then everybody else represents like the other hunters could be.
See, I would have thought that I would agree with that if these hunters were working together, but they were not working together from the start.
But if you see, it also looks like there's different, like there's a knight.
But they all look like they're working together.
These people here?
Yeah, like they look like they're doing a ritual that they
That's what I'm saying.
Look, right, but so this new group of 6 are not friendly at all. They tried to kill each other right off the bat.
They should have made it a little bit longer. There could have been more action in there.
What did you think? What did you think of the fight scene?
Man, the fight scene? The werewolf fight scene?
Yep.
I thought.
Also on top of that, did you think they waited too long to introduce the werewolf?
Yes.
Full transformation.
I did think they waited too long. I didn't think it needed to be all the extra it was, but I also liked it. I feel like I like the shadow transformation. It reminded me of, wasn't there like something similar where a dude turned into a werewolf in a movie? But in order to show it, they just like in his on his wardrobe, they cut him open and like stuffed hair in there, right? To show him like bursting out of his.
I want to say that was
What the
Underworld.
fuck movie was that? Was it?
I think so. I think that might have been Rise of the Lycans.
It was like practical effects, right? Like not CGI and shit. So it was like flashes of this dude changing. But I got that vibe when I was seeing like the lightning strike or whatever was going on with the
what you were
silhouette.
just describing was that was 100% Underworld. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Where it's like flashing and he's gradually getting closer and changing.
Yeah, like they start bursting
Yeah,
out
that's
and shit.
Rise of the Lycans.
Yeah, that was when
Okay.
what the fuck was the nigga's name? He became the half and half, right?
Oh yes. What was his? I don't know what his name.
Mark or Max or something
Yeah,
like that.
Mark or something. Something with an M, I think. We'll figure it out.
So I'm going with Michael for some reason.
Michael. That sounds
I'm
right.
going with Michael.
That
I'm
sounds
going
real
with
right.
See, now I just want to look this up to just laugh at y'all.
It's gotta be Michael.
It's just giving Michael vibes, you know.
What I'm saying.
Tell you right now, ain't no nigga with an M in the main cast.
He wasn't really a main character. Let's be real, okay?
I mean, in the side cast either, nigga. there's Lucian, Victor, Sonya, Celine, Reyes, Tannis, Craven, Coleman, Orsova, Sabas.
Look up Michael.
Christo?
Look up like Underworld Michael. Is that even a person?
Micah, I swear.
He's an actor. He's one of the actors. Michael Corvin in the first one, played by Scott Speedman. That's fucking
shit.
hilarious. Hold up, what does this motherfucker look like in the movie?
So that was his name.
His name is Michael.
The motherfucker that was
I'm trying to figure out which one of you he was though.
transferred.
He wasn't a Lycan though.
He was both, right? He was half and half.
No, he wasn't in the third one.
Because the third one was the one.
This is what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, that's what.
That motherfucker?
I swear that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's the nigga that's half and half, ain't it?
Let me see.
What's his name? Yeah, it's the half and half nigga. What's his name? That's nigga. His name is Michael. Let's go. I'm a legend. I'm a legend out here. Let's fucking go, bro. Yo, I don't give a fuck. Fucking legend out here. Bro.
Oh, that's
Fucking
funny.
legend out here.
He said, "What's his name? Michael." His name is
It just sounded too fucking right. It just sounded too fucking.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Yo, fuck the
Maybe
old vampire that they revived, bro. I always
Right.
hated that nigga.
Bro, he needed to stay dead when he died, bro.
He had the drip though. He had the
He
drip.
did, but he needed to stay dead.
Yeah, I hated that nigga.
He was so
I hated
irritated.
that nigga.
What was your favorite part of Werewolf by Night?
For me, I would have to say when the werewolf was going off, man. You know,
Yeah.
it just displayed how strong he was because, you know, obviously they have trapped many of monsters in that cage and they were not expecting a monster to be able to get out of that cage, you know. So I really think that displayed the level of power he was on compared to, you know, because it just don't make sense for a monster to outshine a room full of master
Monster
hunters.
hunters? Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think that scene right there was kind of really important in terms of how strong he is compared to niggas that have hunted these monsters that have been known to have great power. So definitely want to see what he can do in the future.
For me, I think my favorite part was, like, honorable mention, the opening scene, or just like the opening sequence when they started it off as like a Marvel sequence, and then they went it changed it to black and white. I was like, ha, yes, I'm in. But I liked I like the slow pace of the opening sequence at the beginning, the conversation. It was because it was such a short movie, they were able to get through that scene smooth with tons of information while also keeping you involved on other stuff that was going around in the room, and also showing off all these dope ass new characters that we haven't seen before.
It's definitely the highlight, like just the fact that we have seen none of these characters, right? But we're already just like, I want to see some more.
Yeah, they're here to stay. There's more lore on them than you know, and we're gonna keep giving you more. So just sit tight.
It's gonna be interesting to see where they show up next. For me, my favorite scene, I gotta be honest, was when old dude died, because man, I don't know, the whole, like, she was about to beat his ass, and old dude was about to come at her, and all you hear is doof, 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 and then he grabs this dude's whole head, and this dude bursts into flames.
Oh yeah, man,
that shit was wild.
That shit was funny to me. Oh man.
I'm kind of curious to how that would look in not black and white.
Man, brutal. Like, I don't think.
Yeah, I will say, I do think with like how they did this movie, just gives me high hopes for Daredevil for sure.
Oh my god!
Because
I'm so excited for Daredevil.
The fact that they even with it being black and white, they ain't hold back, man. Like the arrow through the head, the arm being chopped off, the disintegration was like so.
I feel like I was watching The Walking Dead.
Yeah, for real. Like it was well done, and like that makes me super excited to see like Wolverine in the same movie as Deadpool. That means we're finally gonna see what those claws can do. Yeah, we've seen what those claws can do in the previous movies, but it's never any blood attached to what he does,
And now we get like, combo.
Yeah, oh my god! You know how excited I am to see a claw rip through somebody,
bro.
That's some real.
It's been so long, man. It's been so long.
Makes me want to go play Wolverine's. What was the Legends game that was on the damn Xbox or PlayStation? Wolverine's Legends. That was a game right there.
It's been 5 years since the last Wolverine movie. And we're still not going to get this movie until, like, what, 2024, right?
Yep.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Hopefully we get a trailer, like, next fall.
I would rather than push it back. I don't even want them to rush this. I want them to treat this as a baby.
That's fair. There's a lot they are doing. There's a lot of projects, man.
But alright, that's sidebar. What was your biggest beef with the whole thing, Ronnie?
My biggest beef would be not enough man thing, not enough Swamp Boy, not enough man thing,
What about you, Vishon?
Man, I would say that, and the fact that everybody got killed off so quick, and like I don't know. It felt like those action sequences in the middle. Like I understand, but like at the same time, everybody got killed so quick that everybody seems so weak. Like, you know what I mean?
True.
Or is Elsa just that badass that like everybody else sucks? I don't know. It was weird.
I mean, I could see them having to dumb down powers just because of there being nobody really in this movie besides Man-Thing being overpowered. Like, oh, excuse me. Like, Werewolf is strong, but he ain't that strong.
I mean, I guess I was expecting more like Hunter vibes. Does that make sense? Cause like,
yeah, it was more of like a.
It was like them
haunted.
trying to
It was like
kill
a
each
giant.
other.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a giant haunted house, kill each other mystery, fucking game like Clue.
Yeah,
instead
that
of
was what was
like
disappointing. Like,
hunt somebody down.
We didn't actually see what they do to hunt. I
Right.
guess is what my beef was. That's what it was. We got there.
Right.
What about yours, bro?
The time of the movie.
Yeah.
I think giving the movie another 45 minutes, including credits, so another 30, would have been really fucking nice. And they could have added. I feel like the stuff that they wanted to add would have filled out that time, but for whatever reason, didn't get put in.
Definitely. What do you rate it from a 1 out of 10?
8. A solid 8.
What about you, Ronnie?
I like that. I'll give it a solid 8 too. Honestly, if it was 30 minutes longer, it'd be getting a 9.5, 10.
True.
For me.
True. 100% percent.
Literally. Like with the length it was, it should just been a 3-part series,
Yeah.
Especially dropping something like that in the month of October and not giving us like a 3-part at the least. Crazy.
Hopefully they do, some random drop on Halloween. It's like, hey, so we meant to put this in. Wink, wink.
Just a little short. Give us a short. Give us something. We have to put this little scene in. I like
about you, Bashan?
I would say 8 as well.
All right, cool. We all unanimous on that.
But so I think it's gonna be real cool to see. Like the whole thing is this is a new Marvel product, right? We got Disney Plus shows. We now got shorts with Groot. We got the movies, but now we got specials, which are gonna be like the next special we're gonna see is gonna be Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. So
yeah,
it's like we're getting a new layer into all the layers that are the MCU, and it's just filling everything out, man. Like everything is expanded so much with She-Hulk. We got the monster side now introduced. It's gonna be lit. Like it's gonna be cool to see what they do with these specials, and hopefully a lot of them are unique, like this one. And obviously we're gonna still have like those Marvel ones, but like I really liked that they did something different with the special, and I really hope that they're like, oh hey, this is special. We're gonna do this different every time.
yeah.
Kind of, I don't know, different style, different vibe. It's gonna be very much like the shows, I think, but still, it's gonna be cool. And apparently they're gonna be real quick, real to the point, and real direct, and real fast, and real done.
All that it needs to be done at this point. Ain't no reason to beat around the bush. We're 30 plus films and TV shows into this shit. If you don't know what's going on, it's your own fault.
Yep. But let us know what you thought of Werewolf by Night and who your favorite character was in Werewolf by Night in the comments section below.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe, hit the like button, and don't forget to ding that bell.
Until next time.
Thank you for watching.
Peace,
out.
love, and chicken grease.